Good morning, stamping friends. It's so good to be back in my craft room here and creating for you. As you know, I took Friday off because my husband and I went on a little birthday adventure. We went to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and fell in love with that city. Oh my goodness. It was like we were in a storybook. I mean, it was just incredible. It's so different than Arizona. So we really had a great time, and I was going to whip together a video, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take the break. And it was kind of a big birthday for me. It was a landmark year, so I'll let you guess which number it was with a 0 at the end. Don't guess 10 years older though, please. But thank you for those of you who are Facebook friends with me, or maybe saw on my blog or my on my Facebook page and wished me happy birthday. It just meant the world to me that I heard from so many friends and family, and it just meant the world to me. So it actually wasn't so bad turning another year older, but we had a great time. So let's get back to work here in my craft room and make another kind of a holiday or Christmas type card. So let's get started. Today's project is going to consist of a winter greeting. It's actually for the holiday, but you could switch the greeting out if you wanted to make it maybe a birthday or just thinking of you. But let me share with you the designer series paper we are using. You guys, if you don't have this yet, you have got to place an at least $50 order so you can get all this cardstock for free. These are such fun prints to work with. There's a lot of graphics and images on the one side, and then on the opposite are nice and easy designs to work with. I love stripes and dots and patterns and snowflakes and trees. So this one is just really one of my favorites from the Celebration catalog. Now remember, this is free. It's 12 by 12 paper, and it is free if you order over $50. And please use the host code when ordering. If your order is over $150 though, feel free to take advantage of the host benefits yourself. All right, for today, our card base is going to be fresh freesia. And this is a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. And I scored it in half on the long side at 5 1/2 inches. And then just go ahead and fold on the score line. Use your bone folder to make a nice crisp edge. And then set that aside. Now, this is going to be a sweet and simple card. This basic white cardstock is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then I'm going to take fresh freesia. And the stamp set that I'm using, whoops, sorry about that, is Words of Cheer. And I'm kind of starting to mix and match some of my designer series paper and my stamps. I think it's good to do that just to show how versatile some of the sets and papers are. So I chose Season's Greetings up here. Isn't that a fun font? And I am going to attempt to stamp this straight without putting my head in the video. Oh my gosh, you guys. No one ever comments on my head being there all the time. So let's see if I can do this. Let's hope it's straight. That's pretty good. Now, the next thing we're going to do is just cut a bunch of strips of paper. I took 1/4 inch strips, and I just made them whatever length my paper was. I would make them at least 5 inches because they're going to go on the front. And I just did all of my favorite designs. All right, now let's start with the Fresh Freesia one. And this one, you're going to want to use your multi-purpose liquid glue. And we are just going to go run a very fine bead along the bottom. And I think I better grab my my mat here in case I go over. I don't want to get glue on my background. All right, so just start at the top and just go a little ways from the edge. Doesn't really matter. There's no wrong or right way to do this. And the reason I didn't give you dimensions for this besides the 1/4 inch is because it all depends on where you stamp this, and I'll show you in a second. All right, so just trim this down. This one you know is going to be 5 inches because it's the full length. All right. Now the next one, we're going to do the green, and what I did was we're going to kind of work around the letters here. So because the S is up higher, I'm going to put this piece of designer series paper up a little bit higher. So let's put some glue on that. And this one would be easy to mass produce if some of you make like 100 cards and send them at Christmas time. Just go maybe like 1/8 of an inch apart from the Fresh Freesia one you did. All right, so this is why I'm not telling you that dimension, because if you stamp down a little bit farther, and I'm guessing this is maybe a little bit over 1 inch from the bottom, I don't want to give you that dimension. You just kind of eyeball it and then trim that off. And now when you use the trees, make sure the trees are going the right way. Now the part that you snipped off, let's just use that on the bottom part and line it up with the one that you just did, which means about 1/8 of an inch across from the other one. And line it up straight, and then we'll do the same thing and just snip that off the end. Well, I guess I can do it over here. I'm trying to make it not so messy here. All right, the next one we're gonna do is the striped one. We're gonna do the same thing, just add a little bit of glue down here, and we're gonna kind of sandwich our letters again. I think I'm gonna make it the same height as the last one though. All right, that's all we have to do for this part. Now, like I said, this is sweet and simple. So for this card, I believe less is more. If you're not used to sweet and simple, there's a lot of ways you can dress this up. You could make more layers. You could, you know, emboss that white with, we have a snowflake embossing folder, or really any one of your favorites. And we are just going to pop this up on our card front. And that's really all there is to this card. Actually, there, Season's Greetings. Isn't that a fun and sweet, just fun way to use designer series paper? So don't throw all your little scraps away. You never know how creative you can get with those. Well, I hope you enjoyed this fast and easy card today, and I hope you will join me. Remember, I do my Facebook Lives on Tuesday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Arizona time, and so I hope you will join me later in the week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.